Is it just me, or does it feel like the San Francisco 49ers are actively trying to make our heads spin? We're barely out of week one. The ink's still drying on the new season storylines, and already the iconic red and gold are embroiled in a whirlwind of baffling decisions and immediate consequences. Just yesterday, head coach Kyle Shanahan stood before the media, a picture of unwavering support, declaring his faith in kicker Jake Moody. He looked us in the eye, told us Moody was their guy. Less than 24 hours later, in a move that can only be described as a whiplash-inducing reversal, Jake Moody was unceremoniously cut. What in the gridiron god's name is happening in Santa Clara? Are we witnessing a masterclass in strategic misdirection, or simply a team in disarray, making knee-jerk reactions that could derail their Super Bowl aspirations before the leaves even begin to turn? This isn't just about a kicker. This is about the credibility of a coaching staff, the judgment of a general manager, and the delicate balance of a championship-contending roster. The sudden dismissal of a third-round draft pick, a player so recently championed, coupled with the devastating news of a key offensive weapon hitting the injured reserve, paints a picture of early-season chaos. The 49ers, a team built on precision and meticulous planning, now find themselves navigating a minefield of self-inflicted wounds and unforeseen challenges. This is the kind of drama that shakes a locker room, tests a team's resilience, and leaves fans wondering if their championship window just got a whole lot smaller. The saga of Jake Moody, the 49ers' ill-fated kicker, reached its dramatic crescendo on Tuesday. After a tumultuous Week 1 performance against the Seattle Seahawks, where Moody missed a crucial 27-yard field goal attempt and had another 3.6-yard kick blocked, the writing was on the wall. The public outcry, the palpable frustration from the fan base, and perhaps more importantly, the internal pressure proved too much to bear. Despite Kyle Shanahan's staunch public defense just a day prior, the team officially parted ways with their former third-round draft pick. In a swift, decisive move, veteran Eddie Pinheiro was brought in to take over the kicking duties, a clear signal that the team had lost all confidence in Moody's ability to perform under pressure. Moody's release after a mere single game in the 2025 season speaks volumes about the incredibly short leash he was given, a leash that had already tightened considerably after his struggles late last year. His inconsistency upon returning from an ankle sprain in 2024 was a significant red flag, culminating in a dismal 70.6% conversion rate for the year. For a team with Super Bowl aspirations, a kicker who can't reliably put points on the board is a liability they simply cannot afford. The decision to cut ties, while brutal, underscores the cutthroat nature of professional football, where even a significant draft investment can be jettisoned if performance doesn't meet expectations. For Kyle Shanahan, the consequences of this decision are far-reaching and potentially costly. Selecting Moody with the 99th overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft was already viewed as a risky gamble by many draft analysts. Kickers, by their very nature, are rarely taken so high, and when they are, the expectation is immediate flawless production. This investment has now vanished without a return, leaving Shanahan facing a barrage of criticism. The decision reflects not only a glaring error in roster construction, but also, perhaps, a degree of stubbornness from Shanahan in sticking with his guy until the situation became utterly untenable. The public backing, followed by the immediate dismissal, creates an optics problem, raising questions about the coach's judgment and his ability to make tough personnel decisions without undue delay. It's worth revisiting Shanahan's comments from Monday, just hours before Moody's fate was sealed. When pressed about the kicker's future, Shanahan stated, "There are options, whether it's keeping status quo, bringing guys in for workouts, practice squad, but we're going through all that right now. I know personnel will look into all that and give us those options." This quote, in hindsight, is fascinating. It suggests a deliberative process, a careful weighing of alternatives. Yet, the speed with which the decision was made, less than 24 hours later, indicates that either the options were quickly exhausted or the pressure to act decisively became overwhelming. The swiftness of the move, while perhaps necessary, highlights a reactive rather than proactive approach to a problem that had been brewing for months. As if the Moody debacle wasn't enough, the challenges for the 49ers don't stop there. In a truly devastating blow to the offense, star tight end George Kittle has been placed on injured reserve due to a hamstring injury. This means Kittle, a cornerstone of the 49ers' offensive attack, will be sidelined for at least 4 crucial games. Kittle's absence is not merely about losing a pass catcher. It's about losing a dominant blocker, a vocal leader, and a player who consistently creates mismatches against opposing defenses. His ability to open up running lanes for Christian McCaffrey and to draw attention away from other receivers is invaluable. Without Kittle's production and his unique skill set, Shanahan is now forced to juggle his remaining tight ends, Luke Farrell and Jake Moody, and even expand a role of fullback Kyle Shanahan, a move that further stretches the team's depth and versatility. The dual blow of Moody's departure and Kittle's injury creates a perfect storm of early season adversity for the 49ers. Shanahan now faces immediate questions about the team's depth, their overall planning, and whether they possess the resilience to withstand these significant setbacks in the coming weeks of the NFL season. The kicking game, a seemingly minor but often critical component of championship teams, is now in flux with a new veteran taking over. While Eddie Pinheiro brings experience, he's still new to the system and will need to quickly establish chemistry with the long snapper and holder. More critically, Kittle's absence leaves a gaping hole in an offense that relies heavily on his multifaceted contributions. Can Farrell and Tonjes step up to fill such large shoes? Can Shanahan effectively expand his role without diminishing his impact elsewhere? These are not easy questions, and the answers will dictate the 49ers' trajectory in the competitive NFC West. The road ahead for the San Francisco 49ers is suddenly fraught with unexpected peril. What seemed like a clear path to contention now looks like a winding, obstacle-ridden journey. The decisions made in the coming weeks, both on the field and in the locker room, will define this team's character and leadership. Can Shanahan rally his troops, overcome these early setbacks, and prove that the Moody decision was a necessary evil and that Kittle's absence can be mitigated by collective effort? Or will these early stumbles expose deeper flaws in the team's construction and management, leaving them struggling to find their footing in a league that shows no mercy? The pressure is on, and the stakes couldn't be higher. So, what are your thoughts, football fanatics? Was cutting Jake Moody the right move, even if it makes Kyle Shanahan look a bit indecisive? And how will the 49ers cope without George Kittle for at least 4 games? Can they overcome these early challenges and still be a Super Bowl contender, or are these cracks in the foundation too big to ignore? Drop your opinions and predictions in the comments below. We want to hear what you think. And if you found this deep dive into the 49ers' early season drama compelling, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more hard-hitting analysis and exclusive insights into the biggest stories in the NFL.